Got my coaster, got my coffee, ready to party. Hello everyone. That was energetic. That was very energetic. Hi. Today I am doing a good old-fashioned book recommendation video, and as you can see from the title, I'm going to be recommending my favorite thrillers that I've read recently. Nobody asked for this, but I thought it would be nice to have all of my recommendations in one place because I've never dedicated a whole video to recommending thrillers. So I thought that'd be fun. I don't know. So yeah, let's just get started, shall we? Honestly, I'm just gonna go through some of the books on my shelves, starting first with a bang. These ones are both very recent reads, so you probably saw them in my wrap-ups from a month or two ago, but Frida McFadden. The Housemaid was popping off a couple months ago. Definitely worth a hype in my opinion. You know, this is obviously about a housemaid, starts working for a rich family, things start to get wacky. And then Never Lie, this one is one that I just finished, and it is about this couple who are moving into this new house that used to belong to a psychiatrist. The wife starts snooping around the house, finds things that belong to the psychiatrist. Again, very spooky, just a little bit scared, a little bit uneasy. They're also trapped in that house because there's a huge snowstorm outside. They can't get out, they can't leave, so things get very interesting. Her writing is just what's so good. The chapters are very short, and I was never once bored while reading these, so definitely recommend. I know you've probably seen this one everywhere, but just here to push it towards you even more because I really enjoyed it. Next one I recommend is He Started It by Samantha Downing. If you like road trip books, if you like past and present timeline, if you like family drama, give this one a go because it was all of that. Basically, it's about these siblings and they're on this road trip that was kind of pushed on them by their grandfather who passed away. When they were children, he took them on this road trip, and now that they are adults, his final wish was for them to go on the same road trip, visit all these wacky museums that they went to before in order to get their inheritance. This one was very good. Again, just so entertaining. I love the road trip aspect. Again, the sibling drama. Everyone has secrets that the other siblings don't know about. It was great. I liked this one a whole lot. This one is one of my very favorites. Like, it is up there. Top 3, maybe? I don't know. That is Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica. This one is like a suburban drama that deals with people all in the same neighborhood. Basically, it's about this woman who goes missing one night, and then a week later, another woman in this neighborhood and her daughter both go missing, and then people start to question it. They're like, is this related? What's going on? Why are these women disappearing? And then there's a second timeline years and years later where the daughter who went missing comes back, and so obviously that brings up a lot of questions. What happened? How are all these things connected? I don't know what else to say other than this was so good. Again, very entertaining. You get multiple points of views. Just very, very interesting. I definitely got bamboozled by the ending. I just love this one a lot. I guess next we can discuss Alice Feeney. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with Alice Feeney, okay? 2 of the books I very much enjoyed. The other 2 books did not enjoy. You can decide if you want to read these or not. They were just okay to me. The ones I really did enjoy were Daisy Darker, which was actually the book that kind of sparked my little thriller kick. So this one is another family drama, again with an inheritance at stake. This is one that takes place all in the span of one night. There are also chapters that dive back into the past, so you get a little bit of history there. The family ends up getting trapped in this house and people start dying. That's basically it. You're trying to figure out what is happening. It takes place on Halloween, very spooky. The setting was wonderful. I loved like the creepy beach house. Very good. I liked this one so much. And then Rock Paper Scissors is a pretty popular one, I'd say, but also very good. This one is about a couple who goes away for the weekend in Scotland. Another one where they get trapped in the snowstorm. Again, things start to get creepy. They start seeing stuff, hearing stuff. The husband in this book has facial blindness, which adds another interesting element, and yeah, it was very good. Liked it a lot. Next one I want to talk about is another recent one that I read, and that is The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins. This one is about Jane, and she is a dog walker. She walks dogs for rich people in this rich neighborhood, and one day she runs into this man who lives in this neighborhood. He's very nice, seems very perfect, you know, isn't married or anything, so they end up sparking up this relationship. It basically follows that. This one also has a past and present timeline, and so there's this mystery that revolves around a missing woman, you know, stuff like that. It was good. This one wasn't one of my very favorites, but it was still pretty good. Again, a very quick read, very easy to get through. Recommend if you haven't picked this up yet. Okay, this one I just read like very recently, and I also talked about it in my reading thrillers for a week reading vlog, so if you haven't checked that out and you want to, you know, go for it, because I did talk about this quite a bit, and I'm hesitant to recommend this, but I'm just gonna quickly mention it anyway because I still think it's very quick and entertaining read, and that is The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry. This one is about this married couple. The wife is a nurse and the husband is a pediatric surgeon. One day he ends up becoming the doctor for this little girl who was found wandering around by herself. It appears that she had been abused and neglected and abandoned all by herself, so he ends up becoming her doctor, helping her. He ends up becoming very attached to her and she loves him. You know, he ends up convincing his wife that they should adopt her. This really follows them and all their struggles that take place when it comes to trying to work with a traumatized child. I'm only hesitant to recommend this just because, one, it deals with a lot of darker topics, so I would suggest looking up content warnings before going into this, because there were some scenes that I was not expecting and that very much upset me. Also, there's something else that, I don't know, I talked about it in my reading vlog. Let's just say it didn't quite end the way that I was expecting. But I saw somewhere that there's supposed to be a second one coming out at some point. Like, I think the author is writing a sequel, so I don't know. Just, this one is like a read at your own risk type of thing. It was entertaining, very fast paced. I still enjoyed it, but I did have some issues with it. So I have two more left to recommend, both of which I've talked about many times, but they are my two favorites. So you probably know what's coming if you've seen my videos before. But next up, I want to talk about Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I read this at the end of last year, I think, and it was just so good. This is about Jules, and she is finding herself in a very tough situation. She gets fired from her job. She doesn't have a place to live, and one day she sees this ad for an apartment sitter for this very old, wealthy apartment building in New York, yeah, Manhattan. So she applies, she gets the job. Things start to get very strange, as you would expect. There's like all these weird rules that she has to follow. It's kind of sketchy, almost too good to be true. This one takes place in about like a week's time frame, which I tend to really like thrillers that take place in a smaller amount of time. And I really had no idea where it was going. There were so many twists and turns, but it felt like a season of American Horror Story, and it was just wonderful. Just wonderful. Very good. I've read a couple other Riley Sager books. I read Final Girls and The Last Time I Lied. Hello, can you be quiet? Please stop. And I enjoyed both of those very much, but I read them in like 2019, I want to say, so I don't remember too much about the plots of those, but I remember liking them. And that brings us to our final recommendation, which is not a new one, not one that I've recently read, but it still remains my favorite to this day, and that is No Exit by Taylor Adams. Again, I've talked about this one before. This one's been around for a while, but if you don't know what it's about, it follows Darby. Again, during this huge snowstorm, she ends up getting stuck at this rest stop. All the roads are closed down, all the phone lines are down. It's rough out there. Okay, it's rough. At this rest stop, there's a couple other people there, you know, kind of stuck in the same situation as her, and basically one of these people in the back of their car has a little girl locked up in a cage. So, and again, this one takes place in 13 hours, so things happen quickly. They're stuck there, they can't leave, and things get wild, things get a little bit disturbing. There's also a movie for this book. I think it's on Hulu, but I haven't seen it yet. Not really a movie person, but I am intrigued. If you've seen the movie, let me know how it was. So yeah, those are my recommendations. If you have any recommendations for me, please let me know. I am always searching for new thrillers to read. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye!